For the first time, I walk around the hallways here and I see your players with no braces, no crutches, no slings, no boots. It seems that you're finally healthy, something that you were not last year, and it's almost unfair to expect results after all the injuries that we had to overcome last year.
You know, last year was the toughest year of my coaching career, from 1980 in high school until this past season. I've never experienced that many different things go wrong with a team that's kind of out of your control. We really thought, coming off a 20-win season, Final Four in the A10 tournament, despite losing Lee Goldwire, who we knew we were going to miss. We thought we could be as good, if not better, but we just weren't deep enough to handle the injuries that we dealt with. I'm still proud of our guys. We never quit. We just weren't quite good enough or deep enough, and we showed that by beating Dayton and Xavier, two teams that won a game in the NCAA tournament, but yet we just weren't good enough to do it consistently. But yeah, as of this moment, knock on wood, we're healthy, and the guys are working incredibly hard as we get ready for the season.
Great segue. 7 new faces on the team this year. I counted. 5 are true freshmen. The other 2 are Dario, a JUCO transfer, and then Shamar, who was listed as a freshman. He was here last year. Again, one of those injuries that we talked about. How much of an impact are these freshmen and new guys realistically going to have on this team?
Well, I think a lot. I mean, if you include Shamari and Shamar, who are here but did not play a game, those 2 guys have a chance to have an immediate impact, and I think they will. And then Dario Green, with Dwan, was unbelievable last year. I mean, statistically, 4th or 5th in the country assist to turnover. Had to be one of the top guys in minutes played.
Is that not one of the most remarkable performances have you seen in your coaching career?
Yeah, I mean, it's phenomenal what he did, but yet I think he will be better not having to play quite as much. His stats may not be quite as good, but our team will be better because he can be more aggressive defensively. He had to be very careful not to get in foul trouble. I mean, he didn't have as many steals. I think you'll see him have more steals because he can be more aggressive, because getting back, Dario Green is going to play a lot for our team, whether it's at the point or if it's at the 2 playing alongside Dewan. Dario is shown very quickly that he belongs, and he's going to be very productive on this team. KJ is not a Charlie Coley athlete, a flyer through the air, but more of a young. Don't think of Curtis Withers as a senior, but remember him as a freshman. That's kind of what he reminds us of. He's a really good rebounder, a physical player. And then Chris Braswell is very skilled, very good passer. They're all good passers. That's what I like, is all our new guys can really pass the basketball.
Let's talk about the conference tournament, because a new little wrinkle the A10 threw in for you. I want to get your thoughts on it. The top 4 will get a bye. They're automatically going to Atlantic City, but the other 8 almost have to play a play-in game to get into the tournament. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, that's our new commissioner thought that this would be a great way to promote the first-round games. There are some conferences, and let's be honest, they're more of the mid-major and below level leagues, the low major leagues primarily, that play them all on home courts so that the crowds, it's an expense consideration. You get better crowds. The higher seeded teams supposedly will have more interest. So ours is a hybrid. The first round, 5, 6, 7, and 8 get to host. So there is a motivation to finish as high as you possibly can to get that game. Then you still have to win it, get a day off for travel. Then those 8 teams, the 4 with byes and the 4 winners, go up to Atlantic City and play a traditional. What I do like is it gets back to a traditional 3-game tournament, which is the way all leagues used to be when you're too young for that. But when I was young, that's the way it was. It's a 3-game tournament. And so it goes back a little bit with some tradition.
On a lighter note, we'll get you out with this. I'm not sure if you're familiar with this, but there's a grassroots kind of marketing campaign. It's the end of the decade, and we have some teams, ECU and Louisville, that we've played regularly from Conference USA. It's kind of a grassroots campaign to try and bring back the mustache that you adorned on the sidelines at the beginning of the decade. Your thoughts?
Yeah, there's a chance, I guess. It's a personal decision, I guess. But if the more that people really want to see it, I hear you and Nick Konowalik. I know you guys want it. It's a great idea, but I want to see. The students need to let me know if they really want to see that, or the fans need to let me know somehow. So email where they need to wear mustaches, maybe to the Johnson C. Smith game. Fans need to show me that they really want me to do that because of a couple things. One, I'm not sure I look good in a mustache. It's very gray now. And two, I'm not a quick grower, so it would be something that I have to cultivate and
something the wife would have to approve as well.
Well, yeah, she actually used to like it, but I think she's grown accustomed to me now. But
okay.
I'll definitely consider it, but I'd like to hear from folks if they really want me to do that.
The gauntlet has been thrown out. There you hear it. Coach, thank you very much. It was a pleasure.
No, thank you.